Hello everyone, and welcome to the Reddit Railway. My name is Victor, and I'll be your driver. Today's destination is r/am I the arsehole, so all aboard! I've been dating my girlfriend for 5 years. We met in college. She was an international student. She started working after graduating while I'm currently doing a master's. Her company was sponsoring her visa until they got bought out and she got laid off. She was given a limited time to find a new employer to sponsor a new visa, and it really stressed her out. She was applying to jobs every day and did a lot of interviews, but unfortunately wasn't able to get an offer. She really wanted to stay since she loves the place and I would still be here. While I was out with a buddy, he suggested I sponsor her visa since we've been together for a while now. I love her and I didn't want to see her stressed out. I told her about the idea. She was hesitant at first. She said she didn't want me to think she was using me to become a citizen. I told her I wanted her to stay and I wanted to do it. We consulted an immigration lawyer and decided to do the paperwork on our own. She was the one who mostly looked into what we needed to prepare. She still applied for jobs, but not as urgently as before. It took a while since we never really had anything joint. We lived together and just split the bills on our own. She had enough saved up to be okay for a while. I had to fill out some paperwork to be her sponsor, and I felt uneasy about it. I did want her to stay, but it felt like it was too much. Eventually, she was done with her part, and all that was left was mine. I finally told her I didn't want to go through with it. She was very upset and asked why. I told her that I suggested the idea because I didn't want to see her stress out all the time, and that I eventually realized I shouldn't have to be responsible for her. We had a long talk where I told her that I still want to be in a relationship with her, but I just don't want to be responsible for her. She said she felt very hurt. Things changed and she didn't really talk to me. She kept applying for jobs and attending interviews, but her visa eventually expired. Before she left, I told her I loved her and that I really want her to come back. However, she told me that she sees me differently now. It's been a few weeks since she left. I miss her cooking, her presence, and being able to spend time with her. I still want a future with her. However, our close friends have been telling me that I was an arsehole. I disagree and I think they're biased. So here I am asking what Reddit thinks. Am I the arsehole? Bloody hell, this guy is such an arsehole. Not only that, he's cruel. He offered to sponsor her and then backtracked? That's building up someone's hopes only to knock them down. And okay, I partly agree that nobody has an obligation to someone else. The girlfriend couldn't get her visa extended, which is unfortunate, but such is life. Nonetheless, he's still an arsehole for how he handled the situation. If I was the girlfriend, I'd be crushed and never want to see him again. There is an update, so let's see if that's what did happen. I talked to her over the weekend. She didn't have time to sell her car before leaving, so she contacted me saying she did some paperwork to transfer it to me. I do understand she felt hurt, so I told her I would buy a plane ticket to go see her. She never once went back to her home country after moving away, so I've never visited. I wanted to show her I'm very serious about her, and I'm still committed. I wanted to fly over and talk things out. She immediately turned me down, saying that flights were expensive and that I still have work. I begged her to let me come, and she eventually said she couldn't forget what happened. She said she couldn't come back from it. I explained my side again, and while I understand she is hurt, I shouldn't be forced to take responsibility for her. I hope she would understand that. The conversation was long. She said she could never trust me again. She said I never saw a future with her from the start, and that I abandoned her. She said it wasn't just about the sponsorship, but it played a big part in it. In the end, she told me that she still loved me, but she doesn't think we should be together. Edit. To clarify a couple of things. 1. Why I didn't go through with sponsoring her. I would have to be financially responsible for her for 3 years. If she gets any government assistance or social welfare, I would have to pay it back. I also can't sponsor anyone else until the 3 years have passed. 2. Even though I wrote I missed her cooking first, that doesn't mean that was the primary thing I missed about her. I was just listing things without thinking about them. The order doesn't matter. And yes, I do miss her terribly. 3. To those who commented and messaged me saying that I'm an immigrant, I don't know what that has to do with anything. My parents moved to where I am now, so yeah. 4. No one I know has to make the decision of whether or not to sponsor a visa. I don't think it's fair for anyone to have to take on this much responsibility, and saying that they should feels like gaslighting. Relationships shouldn't be this hard, and having to do something like that doesn't feel normal. For those of you who call me an asshole, how many of you actually have to make a decision like I did? How many of you would actually go through with sponsoring a partner's visa? Yep, this guy is still an asshole. I find it very satisfying how big of a fool he's making of himself and that the girlfriend dumped him. However, things might have taken a bad turn for her. You see, on a whim, I jumped back onto Reddit to check if the OP made any more posts. He did. It was titled, "My ex-girlfriend committed suicide after she broke up with me and everyone is blaming me." Unfortunately, it was deleted by the moderators and I wasn't able to retrieve it. Luckily, the comments are still up. Most are hoping this was fake. If it was, the OP is committed to the bit because I was able to find a response he made. It reads, "I'm not good at expressing myself or my emotions. She has always had depression from other problems in her life. I've tried to get her to get over it, but I can only do so much. She was already in a negative state and I have my own life to think about. It's not my fault she's from a less fortunate country. I did want to help her, but sponsoring her just to keep her going is not something I would ever be fine with. It was unfortunate I didn't realize that until later. I genuinely offered to help because I loved her, but there is still a line I had to draw. Yes, what I did may have impacted her negatively, but she made the decision to end her life instead of fighting for it. I truly wish she did, but she didn't." Jesus, tap dancing Christ. OP, go crawl into a hole and die. You'll be doing the universe a favor. My husband and I are finally expecting our rainbow baby after years of infertility and multiple miscarriages. It's safe to say we and our family are very freaking excited, especially my mother. She's been planning our baby shower and making decorations for months. She's been the biggest help during this exciting yet scary pregnancy. A few weeks ago, my aunt told my mother and me that my cousin is also pregnant. We are very happy for her. However, my aunt said their plan is to announce her pregnancy at my baby shower since we are having a big party anyways. She said it's not a big deal and we can both share the day. I said absolutely not because we have been waiting for this day forever and it should be all about me and my rainbow baby. My mother is on my side and told my aunt that they better not announce anything. My aunt dropped it and that was that. Or so we thought. Last Saturday was my baby shower. It was everything I've waited for. Everything was going great. No one announced my cousin's pregnancy. When it was time for us to eat the cake, my aunt said, hold on everyone, and went outside to her car to grab something. That was the moment I knew something was up. My mother and I followed her outside. My aunt decided to bring a cake announcing my cousin's pregnancy. She also had some presents for her. My mother immediately told my aunt she will not be bringing those back into the rec center, that she would not be ruining my day. My aunt started throwing a fit, screaming, "This is a baby shower. It's for babies. Cousin is having a baby, so this day is about her too." My cousin joined in and started screaming, saying she's pissed off that everything is always about me and why do we always have to be happy for me. They would not stop screaming, so they were kicked out by the rec center security. Half our family was upset that I wouldn't let her have a moment at my shower, so they left too. Now everyone is bashing me, my mother, and my baby on Facebook, group family chats, and everything else. So Reddit, was I the asshole for not allowing my cousin to announce her pregnancy at my baby's shower? Not the asshole. In no way could you be the asshole. Your aunt and cousin, on the other hand, they were just trying to score a free baby shower. They sound like absolute leeches who need to be the center of attention. Stuff them and any family member who sided with them. OP, do yourself and your baby a favor. Cut off these parasites. There is an update to this post, so let's see if that's what she did. Some people have asked for an update, and this is not the type of update I ever wanted to make. I am truly heartbroken. My beautiful baby girl came into the world 3 weeks early on June 15th. We have been so excited and are enjoying every minute with her. She's doing amazing and has already grown so much. On June 16th, the day after my baby girl was born, my cousin texted the family group chat to say she had miscarried. I was so sad for her, despite still being upset with her. I told her if she needed anything to call me and that I would be there for her. I spent hours crying for and with her, talking through everything, her feelings, my feelings, how I was able to cope with my multiple miscarriages. She came over a lot and cried every time she held my baby. I saw a change in her. She seemed so sincere. But here's the thing, my cousin lied. She was never pregnant. Apparently a few days after her miscarriage, my cousin told my aunt she was loving all the attention she was getting and that she lied about ever being pregnant. She said she can't wait to magically get pregnant with her rainbow baby soon to get even more attention. A few days ago, my aunt made a comment about it to my grandma. My aunt said not to tell anyone, especially me, since I'd be so dramatic about it. She said it wasn't a big deal and everyone needed their time to shine. Of course, grandma told everyone as she was very upset. I am so heartbroken. I don't know if my aunt was or wasn't aware my cousin had lied from the start. She doesn't even care that she lied and her behavior afterwards was disgusting. I'm leaning more towards she knew all along. We have all cut ties with my aunt and cousin. Not 100% sure about Grandma. I can't believe someone would stoop so low as to lie about being pregnant, then miscarrying, then having a rainbow baby, all for attention. Unfortunately, I can believe it thanks to posts like these. This only solidifies my opinion your aunt and cousin are assholes. I would even call your cousin a sociopath. What she did was pure evil. God, I hope she never gets pregnant. Any child raised by such a monster is going to be miserable. Keep her and your aunt out of your life, not just for your sake, but also your baby. You know, when OP started the update with the line, "I'm truly heartbroken," how many of you thought she had lost it? I certainly did. Thankfully, she didn't. Congratulations to you and your little girl, OP. Best of luck to the both of you. Anyway, we've come to the end of our journey. Thank you for traveling on the Reddit Railway, and we hope to see you again soon.